Hey everybody, welcome back to Issue Crew Movie Review. I am your host, Riely. That's who I am. That's my name. And with me is Crow Royalty. That's who he is. That's his
Yet
name.
the fuck again. I am the Gaylord.
Stop! No more! Banned!
I said I was keeping that bit till the end of season 1 of Mighty Morphin.
I'm literally going to cut it out of every podcast you're in. I will put in the extra effort to delete you saying that.
I couldn't remember what we came up with on the last one of these that we did, so that's what I just said because
You don't
that's
need a
just
bit. You don't need a bit. You're just you. Crow Royalty, how you doing? Good. How are you? That's all you need. All you need. There doesn't need to be any titles stated. None of this is required.
But it's fun.
Shut up. So I guess we're talking about the Gokaiger movie, which is just an episode of television long. This is an episode. This is a podcast where we usually review either feature-length films or seasons of television, and this movie was shorter than one episode of Breaking Bad, which we did review by the season.
It doesn't mean it's bad, though.
No, that certainly doesn't mean it's bad. It just means I don't know if there's a lot of material to discuss.
Oh, there's way more in this episode than I think you picked up on.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's some geekoid Sentai shit, but like that doesn't appeal to me, and I don't know how much that appeals to the general listener base of the Issue Crew.
It appeals. It's not necessarily the appeal of it. It's more so the fact of, well, that, and it's not exactly just the general Sentai shit that was fucking cool. Because
yeah, there's some cool shit in this movie for
there was
sure.
some really cool shit.
I think pretty definitively it does not even approach Hurricane versus Abba Ranger.
I disagree with you.
It's definitely a fuck of a lot better than Gokaiger versus Shinkenger, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but that's because it's a solo movie and not a team up. But
well,
I disagree.
Being a team up does not automatically make you worse.
Team ups tend to be worse, though. That is what I was getting at.
Hurricane versus Abba Ranger.
Hurricane versus Abba Ranger is an outlier in that, though.
All the time.
Hurricane versus Abba Ranger is an outlier in that. But out of all of the team ups that I've seen, they tend to be worse.
Too, when I watched it just as part of my regular Hurricane viewing.
What I'm saying is, like, the crossovers tend to be worse for what I have seen. Because,
well, all I know is that I've seen 3 of them, and 2 of them are good. So far, they're good to me.
I have seen 5, 4 of which were bad.
All I've seen Hurricane versus Gao Ranger, Hurricane versus Abba Ranger, and Gokaiger versus Shinkenger.
Zenkaiger versus Kira Major, Lupin Ranger versus Powder Ranger versus Ryu Soldier, Zooger versus Ninja, Abba Ranger versus Hurricaneger. I think I've seen more than 5. I think I've seen more than 5. I might have. But most of them are bad.
How are the Gokaiger ones?
Gokaiger ones, I really like the Go Busters one.
What about the Gokaiger one? Have you seen it?
The Gokaiger one, I only remember because it was used as the footage for the Legendary War. I remember basically nothing for that. Yeah, that's where the footage from the Legendary War comes from, is from Gokaiger.
Not the footage from the Legendary War, it comes from the first episode of Gokaiger.
No, that was from, okay, it started as a Gokaiger movie, then became the first episode of Gokaiger. Then they made another shot of it in Gokaiger? Gokaiger versus Gokaiger. And they've done this like 4 times, is what I'm getting at.
I see.
So the footage the Legendary War comes from in Megaforce is from Gokaiger.
Yep.
Gokaiger.
My favorite season of Super Sentai.
But they cut out Gokaiger from it, I think. That or it was from the Gokaiger one. But either way, Megaforce sucks. Deal with it.
I mean, true. I still uphold, though. I said this on Twitter. I still uphold that Legendary Battle is a better anniversary special than Dimensions in Danger.
I disagree.
At least Legendary Battle had something.
It did not.
It had like an amount of substance to at least like the cameos. Whereas Dimensions in Danger is like, remember these people? They're not going to do anything, but do you remember them?
I remember Antonio doing something. I don't know what he did. I just remember
They literally, I mean, there is a fight at the end, I presume, but it's so forgettable that I don't remember anything from. Literally, Dimensions in Danger is literally just like Tommy versus Robo Tommy, and the
it's
rest
the
of it is
Tommy
nothing.
show all over again.
Yes, and like the Tommy versus Robo Tommy fight is sick, but like everything else about that special is just like nothing.
Anyway, that is besides the point. What are your opinions on this movie, Riely?
It was good. I liked it. That was a good episode of Gokaiger I just watched.
You're saying that because you just based the enjoyment off of the only nitpick that I have with this movie is why was Guy sidelined for the entirety of it?
You know, I was gonna bring that up. They just told
Sidelined
the
Guy.
Sixth
I'm not
Ranger to
mad
go
about
home.
I'm not really mad about it, but like, where was he?
It's the kind of shit I say about Sam, but like they listened this time, but not about Sam, about Guy. When I'm always just like, Sam, go home. You don't need to be part of this.
Wait, so like, I'm not saying that there's much he could have done, really.
Sam being the Omega Ranger from SPD for those who are not big nerds like us.
But there's not much Guy could have done aside from what he did do in the movie. I do agree to that. But it does really feel weird that he just wasn't there. If that makes any sense. Because Gozujin can fly. I'm not sure if you know about that. Gozujin can fly.
Yeah, seems like that would have been useful in the Megazord fight.
Yeah. Well, okay, Gozujin can fly in drill mode. The third mode that is rarely ever used in the fucking show.
I'm still waiting until like the toxic Sentai fans get a hold of these podcasts and just like rip me apart in the comments for calling them Power Rangers and morphing and Megazords.
They can suck my balls. Anyway. So, but like, I feel like Guy could have, I feel like they could have done something funny with Guy. Okay, so the pointless ghosts that appear?
Yeah, you mean the Luigi's Mansion ghosts that they put in this movie? Yeah, I do remember those guys.
Like 30 seconds.
One of them like fucking pervs on
Ahim. Yeah,
she might be the only one I don't know because I think the others I know by heart. I know Marvelous. I know Joe. I know Luca is the yellow one, and then what's the green one's name? Dawn.
You are wrong.
What?
It's Doc.
Oh, Dawn is the Powerverse one, I think.
It's Doc.
Okay, it's Doc. I was close.
You were really close, but you were
one letter off.
One letter. But it's Doc, Guy, Luca, Ahim, Marvelous, Joe, and Guy.
This movie did succeed to make me want to watch Gokaiger at the very least because these kids, they got something special going on. And I really like I'm all for the ending where Marvelous uses the God Eye to bring back his friends and then lies about it so he seems cooler.
See, that is a running theme with Captain Marvelous specifically.
He just lies to his teammates. He's like,
he doesn't just lie to his teammates. He also lies to children.
And they come out of the fucking skull dimension, and immediately they look at Marvelous and they look at the fucking like grayed out fucking God Eye. And I think Luca's the one who's like, "Did you use that to like?"
Yeah, it was Luca and God.
And then Marvelous is like, "No, it's fake.
I did not.
It's not real.
It was fake. It turned to stone when I pulled it out." Which honestly seems like a very piratey thing to happen, does it not? Though he did root that in some like deal of what could happen, and Marvelous is such a good liar.
I like Marvelous. I like all of these characters a lot. I might I don't know, man. I
We
want to
should
watch
go watch
Gokaiger
Gokaiger
now.
next. That should be the next Sentai you watch is Gokaiger.
But I gotta finish Jew Ranger and then I want to watch Abba Ranger.
Do I want you to watch Abba Ranger or do I want you to watch Gokaiger?
Maybe I'm just gonna drop Jew Ranger. I have not watched an episode in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, just
maybe I'm just dropping Jew
Jew Ranger is not.
It's not bad. It's just that I've been watching Power Rangers instead. So I kind of do want to go back to it, but at the same time, I'm also very interested in Abba Ranger and Gokaiger.
Okay, so.
But I mean, like, I am interested in like the Burai arc, and I'm getting pretty close to it. So I don't want to drop Jew Ranger now.
Yeah, that's
further
fair.
review.
Yeah, that's fair. On another note, God, this movie makes me love Joe even more.
What did Joe? I think contributed the least out of the five of them.
Might have.
Well, a Doc didn't contribute.
Well, no,
anything really.
Doc contributed the little bit with the ghosts, like right before
Doc
they
do
appeared.
in the mirror. Yeah. That was Doc.
Like
okay.
that was the littlest bit. Ahim probably did the least, actually.
Ahim got perved on by a ghost. I don't know,
but that was about it. That and she said like one line. That I actually.
What did
remember.
Joe do? Tell me what Joe did in this movie.
Joe basically set up the plan at the very end to have the main four cover for Marvelous while he went out and fought the
yeah. I forgot it was Joe that suggested that.
That sounds like a very Luca thing to say, though, all things considered.
Yeah, I think I can tell.
Yeah.
I can already tell that my favorite Gokaiger is Luca. Like, there's no... maybe I'm going to be wrong. Maybe I'm going to be wrong. Maybe as I get to know these characters more, one of them will catch my attention. But just based on first impressions, Luca is the immediate standout.
See,
I say first impressions. I have seen like 10 episodes of Gokaiger, but it was like when Gokaiger was coming out. So it was a long time ago.
I feel like you're going to be very confused in episode 3.
Was Gokaiger the first Sentai I ever watched? I think it was.
Probably.
I think I was on the internet. I was a Power Rangers fan, and it was around the time Gokaiger was airing, and I saw like pictures and shit from it, and I was like, "This looks cool," and I found it online and I watched it.
Okay. But like I like what Joe did in this episode. It was actually pretty fucking cool. They also worked in probably my favorite monster design.
What, the Mook combination?
Yeah. I really like the Mook combination. I know you don't recognize all of them, probably.
I recognized all the Power Rangers ones, obviously. I also recognized the Kotapotaro from Die Ranger. That's probably about it.
Yeah, they didn't go all the way back. They stopped at like Jetman, I think. Because not a lot of them had like super designed mooks like that they could really pull from before I think Zoo Ranger. Like there was a couple, but not major ones that I know of. But now they did something really fucking cool with that monster specifically. They decided to basically say, fuck it, all of the mooks can combine if they're spirits. And dude, the fact that they legitimately call it a fucking gatai had me cackling.
Hold on. Don't tell me. I feel like I know what gatai means. Don't tell me.
It's kind of obvious.
Combination.
Yes.
As
in a Mook Megazord.
Because I could hear Iko and Ishu saying Ikazuchi Gatai in my head, and I'm like, I know what this means. When did they say this? And I'm like, oh, it's the combination. It means combination.
Yeah.
Got it.
But it's basically a fucking Mook Megazord, and I love that concept. And then Kyoryuger does it better like 2 seasons from now. But Mook Megazord's bitches. I don't want to go into the baseball scene because I was kind of disappointed, but I was also like really enjoying it.
I love the baseball scene. What do you mean? Why would you want to go into the baseball scene?
Because of my disappointment in the fact that they did not use the Dynaman suits. They used the Go Ranger suits.
Yeah, because isn't that a Go Ranger monster?
I don't know.
That's what I assumed from the context clues when he was like,
It might be, and
I'm
I just
this
don't recognize it.
guy, and he's like,
But
and they're like, if he's this guy, we got to use the Go Ranger keys. So I assume he's a Go Ranger monster.
well, I was thinking it was just because it was baseball and they needed a ball.
True, but they didn't use like the Go Ranger ball. They
No,
used
they did
regular
use
ass
the Go Ranger
baseballs.
They used the Go Ranger ball and then transformed it into a regular baseball.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
what the
yeah.
Go Ranger ball does, is it can transform into other things.
I was not aware of this detail about Go Ranger.
It's from episode 1 of Gokaiger. That's the only reason I know it. Because they do the ball or like the ball like finisher thing, and they transforms into a garbage truck and becomes a black hole for Mooks in the first episode. And I fucking love it.
That's pretty great.
Like, it was cut from Super Mega Force, and it kind of pissed me off that it was cut from Super Mega Force. But oh well.
Were you the one who tried to convince me that the boob grab from Gokaiger was in Super Mega Force?
It is. I
It's
went back
not.
and found it. I swear it is.
There is zero way.
I don't think
You
they
found a
thought that
fan
it was
edit,
good.
is what you found. If you
No,
found
because
that.
I remember Gia go, "Hey," and then
That did
kicking
not
me
happen.
nuts.
They did not show that on American children's television. They
There's
didn't do
no
it.
way that they did not use that monster.
They did not. They might have used the monster. They definitely cut the 5-second shot where he grabs Gia's hits. Like they did
I
not.
love that this is where the conversation is
They
going.
did not.
If
Listen,
anyone wants, hey, we'll find out when we go cover Super Mega Force on the podcast.
oh yeah, in fucking 12 years, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think we said it. I think we said if we like just straight shotted it, it would be about 8 years. So I guess the Super Mega Force would probably be like year 6. I would imagine, maybe year 7.
Yeah, probably. Wait, what do we do when we eventually catch up to Power Rangers?
Then we just like make bonus episodes whenever we feel like it until the new season comes out, and then we do the new season as it comes out.
Oh wait, yeah, because I forgot they're releasing them all at once.
Not all at once.
Well, like in increments.
Yeah.
That we can do like spurs of episodes each week. Because of Netflix now. But God, I fucking hate the way they're doing shit now.
Well, Power Rangers, if they continue what they're starting with Cosmic Fury, where it's going to be a 40-minute show, then I imagine once we catch up, we'll do Cosmic Fury 2 episodes at a time. I don't give a shit if we want to do it that way. But once we are actually caught up and we're doing them as they come out on Netflix for longevity of the show being back case, if nothing else, we will do one episode at a time if they're 40 minutes long.
Okay, I'm fine with that. But I was just thinking, because I forgot they were doing the 40-minute episode thing. I was thinking about how it feels fucking weird that they're just releasing them all at once instead of weekly, like Power Rangers has, always been.
Well, yeah, but that's how Netflix works.
I know that's how Netflix. I know. Well, no, Netflix has weekly release shows.
Yeah, but it's a bad idea.
I mean, like, it's not something that most people watch, but I watched a couple of them and I liked them. I can't remember which ones were weekly.
I think they realized that they dropped them all at once, they do better. Because, like, didn't they drop, like, Wednesday all at once? And they dropped,
I don't think so.
I think they dropped Wednesday all at once.
I don't know. I didn't watch Wednesday when it came out. I watched it like a month and a half later. So
I mean, like the only drawback of putting it all out at once is that the spoilers become available on the internet immediately.
Yeah.
And I guess that is valid as a detraction to putting them out all at once.
Yeah.
But like I don't like watching TV shows for real. If I'm gonna watch a TV show, unless it's like for a podcast or something, is the exception. I'm gonna binge it. Like, why would I want to watch one episode and then wait a week and then watch the next episode? That's stupid. I want to watch the whole thing.
I was very much driven by the routine of it, basically.
That's fair.
Like,
I mean, it comes out once a week. I mean, that's me in like podcasts that I follow actively. Like, oh, it's Friday, a new episode of fucking
Yeah,
And
exactly.
new
It's like
episode of the
weekly.
Procrastinators podcast is up, but I haven't followed that show in a while. But I said Friday, and that's the only show I've ever listened to I could think of that comes out on Friday. I guess one of the Morphin Grids comes out on Friday, but
Yeah,
I've not
but
followed Morphin Grid while they were actively making episodes in a long time.
yeah. But like I kind of got into the routine of when a show comes out weekly, I can like sit down the day of and watch it because I can
Yeah,
set aside a time to watch it. And it makes it easier to plan shit.
well, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to be like, oh, a season came out. Let's. Oh, I have free time. I'm gonna watch a few episodes. Oh,
Yeah, but
I'm
then
not
I
free
get
anymore.
sucked.
I'm gonna stop watching until the next time I'm free, and then I watch more.
Yeah, but then I get sucked into it and end up watching for way longer than I should have.
Well, to me, such a concept does not exist. I want to watch it for a long time. It in fact annoys me that my attention span makes it like impossible for me to watch a lot of shit for a long period of time. I would like to finish things faster. But I do sometimes just like my brain is like, okay, something else time now.
My brain will completely shut off for several hours on end so that I can binge watch an entire like 40 something episode season in like a day.
I had to watch a 3 hour. This was like a trial. This happened on this show. So, old listeners, you'll remember, like episode 2 of this show, where me and Kathy watched Das Boot, which, if you're unfamiliar, is a 3.5 hour German movie about a group of Nazis in a U-boat. And I had to watch that shit for 3.5 hours in German, English subs. I had to read it too. And it took me about like 12 sit downs to get through that movie. And I finally, the night of, I had to just like get really high because that was the only way I was going to sit still long enough to finish Das Boot.
I have no clue what any of that movie is about, and I don't want to know because I don't want to go watch something in German.
It was like just like a character piece about like some young guys who like went off to war and realized that it's not all it's cracked up to be, and all almost die, like that kind of story, the kind of story you'd expect out of like a war movie. um
Ah, see,
Except there's no actual fighting, they're just in a U-boat the whole time, but they
damn.
it's like a character piece. It was an interesting film, but it was really hard to
Why
get
did you?
through. Why did I
That's
what?
as long as Endgame.
Yeah.
That's fucking dumb.
Man, that is one listen, maybe I kind of miss Kathy a little bit, and if she hears this, she's gonna like cackle to herself. But you lose a friendship. Sometimes you think about it. Sometimes you miss them. But one benefit of Kathy not being around anymore is I will never have to watch a fucking 3 hour foreign movie for this fucking podcast again. Because I know she had like 12 in the chamber ready to go. Because we talked about it all the time as we were like switching off movies. Like she had Mercy upon me
What?
a few times, but like she really bad just wanted me to watch this whole collection of like weird foreign films she knows about because she's a fucking film student and she's weird.
This makes me not want to go into film anymore.
Yeah, if you're in film school, you suddenly know about like 100 foreign films that every film nerd loves.
I'm not gonna love any of them. I'm a dork. I like explosions and really funny characters.
Well, I don't know if film school is the place for you because I feel like film school is a lot about like uh like though artsy films kind of come up more in film school, like
Uh,
your character
you
pieces and
can
your like
you can make an
strange.
artsy film that is still funny.
True.
Now, granted, my
I would
sense of
describe
humor.
French Dispatch as that exact thing, which if you want to hear me review French Dispatch, I did that on my channel with Jason like 2 years ago. You should go watch it. But I think French
I'm gonna go
Dispatch is a
watch
pretty
that
good
episode.
example of that.
I'm gonna go watch that episode now.
Have you seen French Dispatch?
I don't think I have, but I want to know more about this movie.
It's directed by Wes Anderson, who also did Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, okay. That explains why Jason was there.
Yeah. It's a live action film done by Wes Anderson, and it's like a
Wes
weird.
Anderson is a really good director, by the way.
Wes Anderson is great. I need to watch more Wes Anderson movies. I think the only one I've seen is French Dispatch, but I've heard great things about all the other ones.
Hey,
And
Riely.
French Dispatch was very good.
Riely.
Yeah.
Well, no movie we should review.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yup.
I feel like it'll hurt my heart. I'm never gonna review that movie because it'll hurt my heart to do it without Jason.
I would drag Jason onto
which
a
I have not
wall.
announced this publicly yet as of when we're recording this, but I will have by the time this airs because the issue crew that we're recording on Monday will come out before this. But Jason has left the issue crew, so I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be on any podcast ever again. First of all, second of all, a Fantastic Mr. Fox movie review. But like, I feel like reviewing it without him is some sort of just so I don't want to give up. I only want to review Fantastic Mr. Fox if it's with Jason.
I kind of missed that drama. I think.
Oh no, there's no drama. He's not a big fan of podcasts in general. He's made that very known for a long time. And he's kind of making some changes in his life. He's trying to like figure out who he is and what he's doing. And part of that is that he quit as my editor and he quit as a member of the issue crew.
I did not realize Jason was your editor.
Jason is my editor, so now I have to edit the issue crew by myself, and I have to put my YouTube channels on hiatus. But you know, that's my fault that I'm not competent enough to run it without him. Like I knew this was coming someday. But you know, enough about the Jason shit.
Yeah, let's get back to
Gokaiger. Talk about
Gokaiger.
that plenty on the issue crew that's coming out or that came out yesterday for you listeners.
Wait, I thought
This comes out on Sundays, but the waiting review comes out this Sunday, so it'll be next Sunday that this drops.
Oh, okay.
Which I might change that to Tuesdays soon. Because why? Why are you saying please? What is that? What sway does that have upon you?
To listen to on Tuesdays.
That's
I don't
fair.
have anything. I don't have anything to listen to on Tuesdays. It's fucking weird. Like, I can go back and listen to our old stuff, but
you can also go back and listen to if you're gonna listen to issue crew shit anyway. I'm sure you haven't heard all of it, so
oh no, I'm not gonna.
Plenty of backlog for you to hear.
I haven't listened to all of it, but I was planning to like keep up with the like main running stuff.
That's
so
fair.
Them coming out on Tuesdays fits, and I have something to listen to while I'm at practice.
There you go. So you can have a new podcast for you every Saturday and Tuesday on the Issue Crew channel.
Yeah, Issue Crew kind of got demoted from my Saturday podcast.
By what?
By a specific like really long YouTube like compilation that somehow has been coming out weekly for like the past 3 weeks.
What is it?
I don't remember the name at the moment. I don't remember the name at the moment, but it's fucking weird.
I'm not asking for the name. I'm asking for like the contents. Like, what is it?
Random shit. That's the only way I can put it because each one is different.
But like, what is like, the general theme? Like, what are you listening to?
Theme? It is some guy reviewing weird video games.
Okay.
It's like a video game review.
That's all you had to say.
I thought you were asking like what the like he doesn't even have a genre for the video games. It's weird.
Yeah, I was well, I mean a show where a guy reviews video games is not like a wild concept to be. They don't have to be a specific genre for a guy to have a show about reviewing video games.
What I normally follow is each of the people that I like listen to regularly for video game content all fall under like specific genres of shit. Like 4 of them have like creative mode games, basically. You know what I'm talking about? Like Minecraft and such. Then you have survival games that a lot of people will like specialize in. Got Dark Souls. Yes, that is its own genre now.
My favorite genre, Dark Souls. Well, actually, real people such as myself who know the lingo, that genre is referred to as Soulsborne.
Bruh.
which is a combination of Dark Souls and Bloodborne, the other game that they made.
It's also Neo 2, Neo, Elder Scrolls. Apparently, I don't follow
I
Elder
don't think
Scrolls.
Elder
So.
Scrolls is a Soulsborne.
Not
I don't
Elder
think that's
Scrolls. Fuck,
true.
what was it?
Are you talking about Elden Ring?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Again, I don't follow it. I don't know the name. But yeah, it's just random games that are really cool to listen to people talk about.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, that's actually funny because I will say that like I do own Dark Souls on my Nintendo Switch. I've played it for like maybe 2 hours total. It's not my type of game. I'm not gonna play a Dark Souls. But listening to like podcasts where people talk about Dark Souls, like people who love Dark Souls talk about Dark Souls, is really interesting and good. Like I listened to the PCP episode about Dark Souls 3, and I was thoroughly entertained the entire time, even though I've never played Dark Souls 3.
This show has gone from talking about a Gokaiger episode to us talking about.
Listen, man, we're only 32
video
minutes in.
games.
We gotta fill time.
I know. I was just saying. I just realized that. But so back into the baseball bit because I don't think we
Yeah.
ever finished talking about the baseball bit.
So it's a man with a big baseball head, and they turn into the Go Rangers, and they play baseball against him, and he sucks at baseball. This baseball man.
It's not necessarily that he sucks; it's that he's from the 70s.
I don't know if that.
Apparently, that's when Go Ranger came out.
Well, yes, but I don't know if that has any weight on whether he's good at baseball or not. He's not old. He's been dead, and now he's a spirit in the realm. He hasn't aged.
See, I have another weird bit about this that I was going to make that I just remember.
What?
Why didn't they just use Shuriken?
I mean,
They have
because
the
Guy
Shuriken
wasn't there.
They have the Shuriken key, and any ranger can transform into any ranger.
I mean, like technically, but like, isn't the guy who the guy isn't he the one who just has the 6 Ranger keys though? Like anybody can use them, but he has them.
No, they're all in a chest
But how do they
that they
get them?
share. Everyone has access to the chest. They just press the button and it summons whatever key they want.
Is that true?
Pretty much, because they all use, like, they have the all red, all pink, all green, all blue, all
But
silver.
do they ever have all 6?
Yeah, several times.
Okay.
They do that before a guy shows up, too.
Okay, buddy.
They do it in a fight against Basco. Really
My
cool.
favorite hot sauce boy, Basco.
Not Tabasco.
Well, it's close enough. That's why I call him Hot Sauce Boy. I'm aware of this character. I've been in roleplay servers where he is prominent, and I call him Hot Sauce Boy because he's Basco, and that's too close to Tabasco to not call him Hot Sauce Boy.
The other bit is I'm very confused on the placement of this episode.
I mean, I assume if you just check a Ranger wiki, you could probably figure that out.
I should probably do that, but what I was getting at is it feels like it should be in the middle of Gokaiger, but it's obviously not.
What do you mean?
This feels like it because it's not after the end of Gokaiger because the Zangiak are still there.
Well, of course it's not, because it came out while Gokaiger was airing.
Yeah, and that's kind of what has me confused. Hold on.
As if you don't know, as if you haven't seen Sentai movies before, you don't know how this works.
I forget when they come out most of the time.
They usually just take place like somewhere in the middle of the season.
Okay, they're between 23 and 24. Where was Basco during this?
He was busy, you know. He has stuff to do.
Yeah. On another note, can we talk about like what may be my favorite movie villain now?
The spooky, scary skeleton man.
Los Dark.
Los Dark, that was his name. Okay.
Yeah, the pirate man, the ghost pirate.
I know he said his name. I just immediately forgot it, and all I knew was that he was a skeleton man.
He's a ghost man, not a skeleton.
His face is a skeleton though.
Well, yeah, fair enough. But like,
Yeah.
I like this design. I was fully prepared for them to try and say that this motherfucker was somehow connected to Marvelous in some way, but they didn't. And it kind of confused me. I was like, why isn't this connected to Marvelous in any way? Because this feels very much like something he would be connected to. Then he just wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
They
didn't have time for him. They only had 30 minutes. They had to focus on Skeleton Man, and
I was talking about Skeleton Man.
I thought
I'm
you were talking
surprised
about
Skeleton Man
Basco.
didn't have any connection to Marvelous, because they did focus on Marvelous for a decent amount of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Marvelous is the Red Ranger.
I know. You gotta know who the Red Ranger is?
Given the fact you didn't know who I was talking about, yeah, kind of.
Because I got mixed up, and I didn't realize you were talking about Los Dark. I thought you were talking about Basco.
Why would I have gone back to Basco after saying that I really like the villain of this movie?
I don't know, man. I'm tired.
I don't know either.
I worked really hard today. I smell really bad right now because I worked really hard today. But life is just a mess right now.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I really like Los Dark. I also really like the little ghost things, despite one of them being a perv.
To be fair, I don't think she actually saw any. I think the ghost did say "just kidding" after saying she saw.
No, she straight up said, "I saw
yeah,
that."
I think she did say "I saw it," and then she immediately said "just kidding," though.
No, she put a fucking telescope up her fucking skirt and was staring. She saw shit.
You had a telescope?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
Skelescope? I mean, maybe that is what it's called, because I bet Lost Dark gave it to her, so maybe it is the Skelescope.
It is the Skelescope. But yeah, no, she was fucking pervin. She wasn't just kidding. She had a telescope up her fucking skirt.
Listen, man.
Can we talk about how Sentai can get away with this shit and Power Rangers definitely never fucking could?
Yeah, duh, because Japan? Sure.
Yeah,
Japan, they have looser TV restrictions.
They also have a better sense of humor.
Hold on, somebody's knocking on my door at 8:57 p.m. at night. I will be right back.
Do 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 do.
Don't do. The silence gets cut out. Just shut up. Oh, I'm gone. Mute yourself.
Do 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 do.
Okay. And we're back.
The L. Riely hath returned.
My mother apparently ordered pizza.
Oh. Did you get a slice?
Yeah.
What kind of pizza is it?
Pepperoni.
Damn. A weird thing that happened today on the topic of pizza. Bro, my second period class decided to get my teacher, who had to leave and go donate blood. They decided to get her to pick up a pizza on her way back. And she brought back 3 of them bitches.
Let's
and
go.
Ranch with it for everybody.
Well, that's disgusting, but
fuck you.
Pizza in general, pretty good.
That's the best way to do pizza, man. Fuck
Ranch
you.
is vile. Ranch is a disgusting substance.
You are a disgusting substance.
I don't think I myself am a disgusting substance. I definitely have several disgusting substances leaking from my orifices at all times, but I myself am not a substance. I am a man.
That makes you a substance, because your substance is man.
I'm full of man substance.
You're full of the substance that is man. But like, then after we got pizza delivered for our class that only had like 7 or 8 people in it today, and we had like 3 of them bitches. We also had a party in my 4th block period for Cinco de Mayo.
Hell yeah.
Before you ask, no one brought alcohol.
Well,
I
duh.
was disappointed. I was disappointed, to say the least. Because that was the running joke, was that somebody was going to bring alcohol. You know, because Cinco de Mayo.
I get it. I get the concept. I'm familiar with the fact that people drink on Cinco de Mayo. I also totally did not click for me that it's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. It's weird. Anyway.
Not a
Back to...
single person mentioned Cinco de Mayo today the entire time I was at work.
That's weird. Did none of them go out drinking? Do
I don't
you
know.
work with a bunch of introverts?
I don't know, man. I don't know barely any of the people I work with.
Oh, damn. Back to Gokaiger now, I think.
Like I know them, but I don't know them, you know?
Oh, okay. So I really liked Lost Ark.
Lost Ark was pretty sick. The design went pretty hard.
The what he was trying to do was also pretty fucking cool. I'm not sure if you picked up on what his motive was.
His motive
Given the
was
fact,
to come back to life so he could wish on the God's Eye, which will only grant wishes to alive people so he can take over the universe.
yeah, and like that's a pretty sick wish for a villain, all things considered.
It's a pretty obvious wish for a villain. I think most villains would wish that way.
Well, given the fact that whatever the prince's name is, I legitimately forgot his name. Whatever, or he was planning to wish just to conquer Earth. That was literally it.
Wait, Prince who? From what?
Gokaiger, the Zangiak guy, the dude who drop kicked the fucking Mook.
Oh yeah.
Did you just forget that he was in this movie for 5 seconds?
Did they use that guy in Megaforce, but like before it was Super Megaforce?
Yeah, they used him right before to like send them into the Megaforce powers, and that was about it. And then
This
he's
guy
within
looks.
Megaforce.
Do him and the main villain of like Gokaiger / Megaforce have a similar design? Because I feel like I remember this being like the main bad guy of Megaforce.
It was the main
not
bad
Super
guy.
Megaforce though, like regular style Megaforce.
No, you would be incorrect. They were made brothers in Megaforce and Super Megaforce, though.
Okay, so their designs are probably fairly similar then.
No, not really. One is a fucking shapeshifter. The other looks like a fucking British man.
Well, I guess I just do not remember the villain of regular style Megaforce then.
We literally saw him. He was the guy that became Dokuku's
He looked like
successor.
fucking this guy.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. They have
Hold on.
They have a very similar face.
No, he does not. Hold on. Riely.
Yeah.
Can't post images. What the fuck?
You can't post images?
Yeah, it wasn't letting me post images where I was trying to just send that. Hold on. This is the big bad of Gokaiger.
All right, let's take a look. This man looks extremely similar to that guy.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
The other guy is wearing a Spanish Inquisition hat and fucking shoulder pads.
Yes, but facial structure wise.
I do not see it. Like at all.
Well,
I just sent you a picture of the other guy too. Don't worry.
yeah, I'm looking. I'm comparing the two faces. Pretty damn similar.
I do not see that like at all. I see like there's the mask of it that is just a regular mask overall for one of the forms, but then the other one they've changed it to a decent amount.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know, man. It's just
They're not related. That's what I'm telling you.
well, in the canon of Power Rangers.
Well, Power Rangers did a stupid. Power Rangers did a very stupid.
I don't know. They look pretty related to me. I think it was a smart move.
It was a dumb move.
If you're making a show that you start with Gokaiger and you turn it into Gokaiger and it's the same show, the obvious move is to make those two characters related because they look similar.
You want to know who look even more similar, but yet weren't fucking related?
Who?
Vrax, like General, the bug guy.
Yep.
And then what's his face is General, the robot looking motherfucker. Not the one with the sword, the one that just kind of stands there.
You have way too much faith in my face. You have way too much faith in my memory of Megaforce.
Give me a fucking second. I'm fixing to show you.
Okay.
I gotta find this bitch though.
This is awful radio. We need to stop. Actually, let's cease this.
Cease this?
I said cease, but I had pizza in my mouth. So
I heard cease.
Cease is what I meant.
I heard cease.
What else is there to even discuss about this movie?
The Megazord fight. But these two, they look fucking related.
The Megazord fight.
These two look fucking related.
Yeah.
They aren't. But they aren't. So, the two that look related aren't related, but the two that don't look related are related. So what the fuck?
Except the two that you say don't look related do look related.
They don't. Anyway, so the Megazord fight. Probably my favorite trope of pirate movies ever is this Megazord fight.
What do you mean by this?
The fighting on the mast, going around cutting ropes and swinging around and shit.
Gotcha.
And then, like, bombing motherfucking pirate ships. Like, dude. And then, like, Gokaiger, like, stabbing into the fucking sail and, like, falling down slower. Dude, I love that Megazord fight. I know you don't like watching them for the most part, but, dude, you gotta admit this one's really fucking good.
Hold on. I'm sorry, but I have not eaten dinner yet, so I'm really trying to get this pizza in. Yeah, this was a good Megazord fight. The thing is, I forgot what I was saying.
Sorry, that is kind of funny to me. Because I do that a lot.
Okay, sorry, my mom train of thought. Bleh.
Your mom train of thought, what?
I meant to say my mom walked in and I lost my train of thought, but like some of those words just didn't come out.
No, they did not. Like at all. And it was actually pretty funny.
But I will say about this Megazord fight, usually if a Megazord turns into CGI for even 1 second, I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. Because CGI Megazords, fucking hate them. But I will say, this movie was very good about subtly using CGI with the Megazords because they used it for the shots where they needed the Megazords to be dynamic, but it was never like unrealistically dynamic, and they always switched back to the man suits like as soon as they possibly could.
Yeah,
so
and
I think the CGI was very subtle in this fight, and it was used just as it needed to be. This is a high quality Megazord fight. I was into this Megazord fight. Yes,
very much so.
Occasionally there are exceptionally good Megazord fights that I do like. It's just that usually the Megazord fight is big guy punches other big guy, power sword, Megazord wins. But this fight was cool.
That's before, the god of Megazord fights that is Gokaiger showed up.
I don't know if I'm sure not every Megazord fight. I've heard
not every Megazord.
From what I remember, the CGI is pretty damn aggressive in the actual show. In which case, I will be vehemently against it. But the way it was used subtly here was very good.
Okay, so the very end when they're flying down with the Magi Dragon.
Yep.
It's very much like that. That looked like it was pulled from Gokaiger. But that and like the attack including Verabloon, Gokaiger, what's it called? The Deca Ranger one, I forgot what it's called.
It's the Delta Runner.
No, it's not the Delta Runner. Pat Striker, that's what it is. It's Pat Striker. Wait, hold up. Gokaiger, Pat Striker, Verabloon, There's 5 of them. I know that.
Was it the red? What, like
They were
Power
all
Rangers
red.
speaking? Was it the red Delta Runner or was it another Zord?
No, it was the red Delta Runner. Yeah.
Okay.
Then there was 5 of them. Oh wait, there was the Gosei header, which I'm surprised you did not say anything about. I don't remember what the 5th one was. Oh well.
Well,
But, like, it was a really
I'm
cool
pretty
attack.
sure. I'm pretty sure. Once again, Crow, you're struggling to remember. You're doing too much work. I'm fairly sure because you didn't notice this last time they did this bit in the movie either. But I'm pretty sure it was just the previous 5 Red Ranger Zords.
No, because Deca Ranger was in it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well,
Deca Ranger wasn't in the previous 5.
well,
And there was also no Shinken Lion.
fuck me in the ass and call me Sally. I guess I was wrong.
There was also no Shinken Lion.
True.
And also, wait, no, now I remember. It was the fucking Magi Dragon. That's what it was.
yeah,
Magi Ranger's not in the last 5.
Listen, man, I am extremely tired. I'm going to bed after this podcast at 9
Me too.
p.m.
Me too, probably, all things considered. How long do we want this to run?
I don't know exactly how long I was gone and exactly how much of this was bullshit filler. So I want to try to at least push it to 9:30 because that would be, or wait, no, because that's an hour and 10 minutes. That'll probably cover for the silence.
Yeah, probably. But I really like.
Are there any like details we want to talk about before we move on to the wrap up questions? Because I feel like we've probably missed a couple things that we should talk about. But I can't quite think of any.
I kind of want to talk about the SPD fight.
The SPD fight was pretty cool.
The STD?
I mean, I at worst I said SPT. I did not say STD.
Said STD.
Either way, the fucking SPD fight. You know, as somebody who's never seen Super Sentai and has only seen the Power Rangers version, seeing that goddamn bat in a fish tank fucking Broodwing again pissed me off, but I know it's not Broodwing. I know Deca Ranger's different.
That's the mafia. That's the mafia leader, man.
I know.
I know that much about it.
Broodwing sucked. Oh my god, I hate.
Yes, he did. But honestly, I kind of like that fight like a lot. It
was pretty sick. I mean, I like all the fights in this movie. Honestly, I think it was pretty well choreographed. I like that after they transform into the Deca Ranger, he's just like you cheeky motherfuckers. Like you really gonna
yeah, exactly.
You really gonna put salt in that wound
today? They're all already salty at the Super. They're all already salty at the Super Sentais.
You have access
Why
to
you gotta rub it in?
And you just use those ones? Okay. I see what we're doing here.
You want to know what's even funnier? They then proceed to do like some of the coolest shit in those suits.
It's pretty cool.
We also need to talk about the Marvelous fight at the very end.
Yeah, that was very good.
That was fucking good, dude.
Oh, I won't say very good because I think like every significant sword fight one-on-one sword fight that I could think of from Power Rangers is probably not everyone, but like all the ones I like are better than this one. But I did like this one also.
See, okay, this one is kind of like competing with Shinken Red versus Go-On Red, in my opinion.
Well, let me tell you the most underrated sword fight in Power Rangers. This was a sword fight, right? I think it was a sword fight.
No,
it was a really cool fight. I think it involved swords. Diabolico versus Olympia. I'm not talking about yours. I'm talking about Diabolico versus Olympias.
Who the fuck? I forgot who Olympias was for a second. Now I know who you're talking about. I don't remember this fight.
Diabolico versus Olympias was fucking rad. That episode, Clash of the Super Demons, my favorite episode of Lightspeed Rescue, and a very significant portion of why that is the fucking Diabolico versus Olympias fight. It went hard.
Yeah, that's fair. But this Gokaiger fight has like comparisons. I'm gonna say to Go-Onger versus Shinkenger, like the red fight that we see completely reused in Battle of the Red Rangers. Or whatever it was called, the samurai movie.
Clash of the Red Rangers?
Clash of the Red Rangers, yeah. but it's like that is one of my favorite fights in general, and this is competing with that in my mind, and I fucking love it.
It was pretty good.
I love the fact that Marvelous used the Go Ranger key to do his final wave before the others showed up, and then use that to get the
final
God
wave.
Final what? I fucking love that sound effect.
What is it? Does that come? Is that come from a speaker in their morphers, or is that just for us?
That comes from the sword.
Oh, the sword says that?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And then there's also the gun that says something else, but I don't remember what the gun says.
I hope it did. Does it get as grating as it does in a Dino Charge?
What do you mean?
The announcer saying shit from like a device.
Oh yeah,
like in Dino Charge, there's the morphers, and whenever you put a thing in there, it's like T-Rex Charger, engage.
yeah. It's like they only do that whenever they're doing finishers, though.
Okay, that's
That
slightly more tolerable.
There's also the morpher that will do it anytime you turn a key in it, but that's intentional, obviously, and it's just calling out the Ranger key.
Obviously, you have to say the name of the Sentai you're transforming into, because kids aren't all going to remember all of them. So
yeah, and that's the main thing. And then the sword and the gun only have like 3 sound effects. It's Final Wave. I forgot what the guns one is, and then there's Gokai Cross, which is like the X that they have. That's like, or I think it was Gokai. I think it was called the Gokai Cross. It's something, but it's like when they all have their specialized like twin weapons, basically. So Marvelous has sword and gun. Joe and Luca have 2 swords, and then Doc and Ahim have 2 guns. That has a special sound effect.
Okay.
There's the sound effect for the sword, and then there's the sound effect for the gun, and then there's obviously the sound effect for both, but I think that's just Final Wave as well.
Final Wave?
You gotta admit, the Gokaiger sound effects are fucking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now,
real quick, we gotta move on to wrap-up questions, but before that, I do want to say, this is talking about the announcer for Dino Charge reminded me of this. This is a complete side tangent. Can we Power Rangers, hey Power Rangers writers, hi, it's me, Riely. I'm sure you care what I have to say. But Power Rangers writers, hey guys, hey Power Rangers, can we please never say the phrase Zords combine again? I'm so tired of the phrase Zords combine. It was never good. Stuff like let's bring them together was always better than fucking Zords.
You want to know what's better than Zords combine and let's bring them together?
What?
Gatai.
Sure. Yeah, I know.
But bring it Japanese.
They can't just start talking Japanese in the show, but stop saying Zords combine.
Yeah, do Zord Gatai. That's a dumb meme. But
just like they used to be like dynamic about it. Like
they used to
they would say different things, they would do stuff like they'd be like Megazord time, or they'd be like let's bring them together, but now all of it is Zords combined, and I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of these little isms that the Neo Saban era added to Power Rangers that we can never escape. I'm also kind of it can be charming sometimes, but mostly I'm kind of tired of the little victory phrases too. Those kind of annoy me.
Hey, I like those.
I think I like it better when they react like humans, when they look at each other and they're like, "Yeah, all right." Like that feels more real to me than monster extinct.
Oh no! I'm not talking. I was gonna go into I like the Shinkenger one, and that's about it.
Samurai Rangers victory is ours. That's what it was,
right?
No,
Shinkenger.
Oh,
you know the clap.
Okay, I'm not talking about Sentai victory phrase. I know. I'm talking about Power Rangers victory phrases.
That started because they were like, "Hey, Shinkenger did this really well and had some really good, things. We're gonna keep that," and then they made it worse.
Although I will say that maybe Monster Extinct is worth it for one joke in the episode Recipe for Disaster. Is it Recipe for Disaster? I think it might be Catching
I
Some
don't
Rays.
know.
It's
I
one of
don't
the
know.
it's one of the episodes around that general area, where they get that new I'm saying that like you remember this scene. I'm sure you don't. They
Nope.
get a new faucet at the Dino
Fossil?
Cafe. Faucet, like a sink, a faucet.
Oh.
They get a new faucet at the Dino Cafe, and it's one of those faucets that you can like extend and like pull out. And Coda thinks it's a water snake. And then Tyler's like, no, it's fine. Come on. And then when he goes to use it, it actually does like fuck up, and it starts like flying around everywhere and like shooting water. And now Coda's fully convinced that it is a water snake. And then once it is catching some rays. Because once Kendall's grandma turns the water off and the and the faucet stops, Coda goes, "Water snake extinct," and I loved it. It was so good.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of worth it. Okay, let's move on to the wrap-up questions.
Yeah. This one has been kind of. I'm sorry. This is a middling quality episode of Issue Crew movie reviews, I think.
Yeah.
Favorite character, Crow.
See, it's between Los Dark and Joe, kind of.
Joe said like 2 sentences the whole movie.
He said like 6, but like I like it because it felt very much like what Joe would do. It felt very accurate to the show. Luca was there. She did some things, but she didn't say much. Same thing for him.
Luca just has a presence. Like, I can tell she's gonna be my favorite. Like, anytime she like, her facial expressions, anytime she speaks, I'm like, okay, this is the one. This is the one I like.
Yeah, that's very fair. But I also really like
the same thing as Ronnie,
in
where like
general.
even when she's not doing much, like she's just like the way she conducts herself is like, okay, she's the best one. I remember that now.
Yeah, but I just have like kind of a bias towards Joe in general because Joe was my favorite Gokaiger when I watched it. And like having a very accurate depiction of Joe in the movie kind of helps me like him more. But Marvelous is also really good and likely a close second to these two. But I'm gonna have to give this one to Los Dark. Fucking love this villain. Love his design.
We never talked about Navi in this movie.
Navi
I think we should have because she was Navi was only briefly in the movie, but for the 5 seconds she was in it, she was a delight. That Navi.
Well, no, she was in it for a solid 20 seconds. You want to know why I know this?
Why?
Because she started screaming about the ghost ship and then put on a Japanese thing. And I just remembered this.
And as she's screaming about the ghost ship, she slaps Doc.
Yeah. And she's just wearing... Okay, I know what it is. I can't remember the name of it. But it's basically a headband to ward off ghosts in Japanese folklore. And, dude, I freaked out for a minute. I had to pause the movie just to, like, make sure I saw that shit right.
Yeah, that's fair.
But as much as you would think that would make Navi my favorite ranger or favorite character in this movie, she's still not my favorite. Because I'm a Japanese nerd.
Yep.
Anyway, so I'm giving it to Los Dark. Close second and third are Joe and Marvelous. And yeah.
I'm personally gonna go with Marvelous. Like
we picked the main character and the villain respectively.
Yeah, like Marvelous was obviously the highlight here. He was always gonna be. This is a movie. If they're gonna highlight somebody, it's gonna be the Red Ranger. Like he performed very well the whole movie. He kicked ass. That solo fight was sick, and just the whole character thing of him using the eye to bring back his friends and lying about it is something that I really like. So I think Marvelous gets the win here for me.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I think next is what, favorite scene?
Yeah. There's also a segment we would... First of all, hey, sorry that on all of these episodes, including this one, because I only just remembered right now, I have not been following the format of this show. First of all, it was a fun joke for a while. I don't think I think we're getting rid of the character you want to fuck segment. Like that was funny for like 7 episodes, but like You can do it now, but we're not gonna do it regularly.
Yo, I didn't realize that was a part of the show.
For a while, that was a segment. Yes,
I
but
want
I
to
think
add that segment back because that's funny.
it feels kind of gross a little bit sometimes, though.
See, okay, there's two answers for you. There's
I feel like I get overly horny
7
on like podcasts in general, and I need to stop. So having a whole segment dedicated to the character I would like to have sexual intercourse with is definitely not a step towards.
I
Being
think I know
less
what your
horny on
answer is to that the
podcasts.
question, though.
I mean, duh, it's Luca.
It's
Like,
Luca,
come on. But
Everyone's gonna be confused at my answer, I think.
what's your answer? Low Stark?
No, actually, despite me being weird, I'm not gonna say that on your podcast because I'm not sure if that counts.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
I was debating on saying monster fucker, but like I don't want to
You can say
say
monster fucker. That's fine. That's the.
that. I'm weird. Deal with it.
This is a.
Low Stark is not personally one that I would want to fuck, but see, I know I've seen too many episodes of Gokaiger that just live rent free in my brain for it not to be Luca.
Yeah, I mean, you've sent me the gif of Luca in a fucking maid outfit about 74 times. Like, I know.
Exactly. Like, dude, they knew what they were doing. They very clearly knew what they were doing.
Her last
That
name is fucking Milfy. They knew what they were doing. Those fuckers knew.
Wait.
Her full name is Luca Milfy. No lie.
I never got on.
Which is weird because she's definitely not a MILF. She is definitely a young lady.
No,
but
she's a MILF. I don't think
like,
you've seen 10
she's
years
like
later
23. Yet. Okay, maybe in 10 years
I don't
later
think
she's a
you've seen
MILF.
10 years later yet, but she definitely grows out to being a MILF.
She satisfies her bloodline.
She
The
does.
Milfy bloodline.
I don't know. Do you do joke names for this podcast?
No, it's just gonna be called the title of the movie, Issue Crew Movie Reviews. Unfortunately,
Damn it, you got to put it in air quotes. Luca Milfy.
the description is just gonna be like usually. So how it works is like on today's movie review podcast, these people review this movie, and then usually I just like do like a descriptor or like a joke. It's just gonna be on today's movie review podcast. Crow special guest Crow returns to review this movie. And then it's just in quotes, Luca Milfy. And that's the whole description.
Yes. Yo, wait. Also, I have the perfect, like thumbnail for you. I'll send it to you later. I got it earlier. But
whatever it is, I have to deface it with
I know
our icons.
I know. That's why I got this one specifically.
Oh, okay, cool.
But.
By the way, do you have a transparent PNG of your icon by any chance?
I can get one.
Yeah, because it is kind of weird that mine is a PNG and yours has a white box in all the thumbnails.
Yeah.
But what did you say your favorite scene was?
I have not said my favorite scene. I was waiting on you.
Oh shit. Okay. Huh. That's a good question. It might be.
See, okay, mine is kind of obvious.
This is gonna be whack. I think mine might actually be the Megazord fight. This is probably the coolest Megazord fight I've ever seen in my life.
This was the only thing debating on mine. Was do I want the Megazord fight or do I want the sword fight? So if you pick the Megazord fight.
The thing is, the sword fight is like, I still feel weirdly underwhelmed by it. Like, it was a good sword fight, but I can think of like 10 better sword fights in the Power Rangers franchise.
Yeah, but still, I really like that Megazord fight in general.
Yeah, the Megazord fight was fucking rad. That might be the coolest Megazord fight I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Like, that was cool.
But
besides maybe the Megazord fight where the Thunder Megazord and the Tiger Zord just get ripped apart and you see like sparking wires and shit. That might be cooler, but
debatable.
dude, that was fucking brutal. That had to be traumatizing to some kids.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
Because like you
Speaking from
follow the
experience,
entirety of season 2 when it's like,
Riely.
oh, these are the Zords, and then just like you just watch them fall apart and spark and explode. You see hanging wires everywhere as Kimberly
Hey, Riely.
screams.
Riely,
What?
you're talking to the kid who was traumatized by that shit. Shut up.
It's just so grim. It's like one of the grimmest shots in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, especially with like the framing of the Kimberly scream as they fall apart. She's just like, no! She just, that probably cut out because it was too loud for Discord noise cancellation and not be like, fuck that. But she just screams bloody murder and it's insane.
Yeah. It was terrifying.
But yeah, Megazord fight, I think, was pretty sick.
Okay, since you're picking that, I'm picking the Marvelous versus Los Dark fight because that shit was also fucking sick.
Fair enough. Rated at 10, I gave Hurricane vs. Zaba Ranger a 9, right? Or did I get a 9.5?
You gave it a 9.5.
I'm gonna give this one. This one was good, but it was pretty damn good. But it was kind of just an episode of Gokaiger. Like some of it felt a little bit special, as compared to the Die Ranger movie, which was literally just an episode of Die Ranger. There was nothing special about it at all. It was just an episode of Die Ranger. This one at least felt a little bit special. Like there was like obviously the highlight of Marvelous when he wishes to save his friends. And Los Dark is like this super like hard villain design. And like there was actual like,
yeah, he was really hard for a villain design.
Yeah, like there was warrant for this to be a movie, but at the same time it was just like a 30-minute episode of Gokaiger.
On another note, if you could give any Super Sentai a full-length movie, like feature-length movie, what Sentai would it be?
Wow,
and you can't say Hurricane. And you can't say Hurricane.
I was about to say, I wonder what Sentai I'm gonna say.
You can't say Hurricane. You don't know it's Hurricane, but you can't say Hurricane.
I mean, it's also like the only Sentai I've finished, so like I don't know.
See, my answer is Gokaiger without a fucking doubt because Gokaiger really does deserve it, and this kind of showed that it deserved that, and just didn't get it. It kind of.
I mean, I would love to see it for Gokaiger. I mean, any of the Sentai that I like, I would invite a full length film. Like a Die Ranger movie would be cool. A Ghost
Die Ranger movie would be fucking sick. I'm very surprised we have not gotten a Die Ranger 30 years later yet.
That might have something to do with the fact that the Green Ranger is dead.
Oh, I did not know that. I didn't know that.
Dead via suicide, like 10 years ago.
I forgot about that. I've heard about that. I completely forgot it.
But yeah. With that being said, it was pretty good. But I don't think it approaches Operator versus Hurricaneger. I'll go ahead and give it a solid 8.
See, I don't remember what I gave Hurricaneger versus Operator. I remember what you gave.
I believe you gave it a 10.
Probably. I just really like that movie. No, I don't. I know I didn't give it a 10. I gave it like a 9 something. I think it was like a 9.7.
I think you tried to give it a 9.7, and I was like, that's not allowed. We only do 0.5s or wholes. So it became 9.5.
Yeah, probably. But, see, I do agree this isn't quite as good, but it's damn fucking close. Like, 9 for me.
It's fair.
But that's mostly because I kind of have a problem with Gokaiger. I kind of like Gokaiger too much, I think.
That's fair.
Like
so next time Crow Royalty comes on the show, I have committed to next time he comes to do Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yes.
So hopefully either Mo or Demi are available every week for the next rest of my life, so I never have to watch Kubo and the Two Strings.
No, we're watching Kubo and the Two Strings next week.
I already told you I'm going to try to get one of my co-hosts next week, but maybe the week after. Or maybe next week if none of my I say neither of my co-hosts. I mean, basically, I don't think I'm gonna review a movie with Andrew anytime soon. Maybe Random would do one with me, but it's gonna be mostly Debbie and Mo.
Damn. None of your
But
co-hosts want to
it's
do.
so funny. It's so funny because Andrew, like, I feel like you barely ever catch him dead on the show. Like, there's not he doesn't watch a lot of movies. He doesn't watch a lot of TV. We did get him on once, but we lost the audio. The only time Andrew came on Issue Crew movie reviews, we lost the audio. We reviewed me, Andrew, and Kathy reviewed the season 1 of BoJack Horseman, and that audio got lost.
Damn.
So the world says no Andrew on Issue Crew movie reviews. The world has decreed that it is not allowed.
Damn.
But yeah, that's been podcast. I would like to leave now. So thank you all for listening. Crow Royalty, where can our listeners find you?
Twitter at Crow Royalty.
All right, sick. You could find me on Twitter at Riely Tweets. And if you check out the pinned tweet, it's got a link to a link tree. And that's got all my shit. So check it out. Thank you for listening to Issue Crew Movie Reviews. I'm going to try to get Mo or Demi next week for, like, something. I don't know. I was trying to get Mo to review Jason X with me for this episode. But it kind of fell through. We'll see what happens. Either way, I assume there will be an episode next week, because in the event that Demi or Mo are not available, I'm sure Crow will be breathing down my neck, just ready for Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yes, because I've been trying to get him to do this for like 3 weeks now. This is like the third week I'm trying to talk him into doing Kubo and the Two Strings.
Next time you're on this show, it will be Kubo and the Two Strings. I've made that promise. I'm not actually gonna do that to you. I mean, I would like to have my co-host on as often as possible. So, like, maybe it will be like a week or two, but I'm definitely not going to do that for the rest of my life in order to avoid Kubo and the Two Strings. That was a joke. So we will soon review Kubo and the Two Strings. But folks, thank you all for listening. I'm gonna go ahead and just announce now. This is gonna be the last Sunday episode. I'm gonna commit to the Tuesdays. So this will go up on what used to be the usual Sunday time slot. And then from this week onward, they will go out on Tuesdays.
Okay. Then.
Or from next week onward, rather. They will go out on Tuesdays. But, folks, thank you all for listening. I've been Riely.
I have been Crow.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.